Hey friends, so here at the Redgate House, we have been in the throes of a crosstown move. So settling into the new home has meant hours of unpacking boxes and tidying and unpacking more boxes and more tidying. But what it has meant, it has led to a lot of think time. Which can be a little dangerous for this girl. But I really love that time because I feel like that's the time that God really just like floods me with just kind of thoughts and ideas and dreams and visions for different things. I mean, all kinds of different things. I mean, not even just like anything in particular. But there have really been two things that, talk about like a consistent theme, consistent thought, just surrounding it over and over and over. And one of those things has just been just the idea of your legacy, my my impact. My one word that I just really love and I always hang on to every time I hear it is influence. My influence. Like, we have so many circles, and I think that God puts us in different seasons in life, in different circles that we're in different just life scenarios and situations, all of that kind of stuff that there's small, they're big, there's things that maybe seem small but have big impact, or there's quieter things, there's things that are more public, there's just all, it encompasses it all. But the idea of influence, and that's just something that's really been going through my mind a lot, just kind of. And then the question of the ministry team that I'm a part of at church, that we on Sunday we were just going through our kind of quizzes or tests, just kind of self-assessment sort of with your spiritual gifts and your personalities, and just kind of thinking on that, and just kind of asking God the question, just thinking, okay, God, what have you gifted me with? What talents have you given me? Because one of the things that we talk about in that class is how, like, he gives us these things not for us. It's not for our good. It's for others. So it's like, well, if you've given me all this, you obviously want me to use it for others. So how am I being used? How do you want me to use these things? And in this season, because we all know that different seasons in our life call for different things. And so anyway, that's just kind of been my kind of ongoing conversation, and in my quiet thinking moments. And let's get real here. We got 3 boys up in this house, homeschooling them, and I will say we've had an extended spring break since moving. So quiet is a relative term in this house. I just had to send them upstairs because I've tried to make this video about 4 times and I needed quiet. So anyway, so in those quiet moments, back to that, but just that idea of influence. And I just feel like when I think about that word, I feel like it comes with a call. It comes with the fact that there is intentionality behind it. We certainly can go through life and influence people and impact people, and kind of people that we know we have impact on, people that we don't know, and we'll never know the full scope. But if you see what I'm saying, you know what I mean. But I think that there's a difference between that and then realizing that we're called to be influencers, and what that means, like what that goes beyond just kind of our day-to-day, how we influence others and that sort of thing. So that's kind of where my brain has been. But then the second thing that I really feel like that I've continued to hear more and more, messages that I've been listening to, just podcasts that I've listened to, books that I've been reading, just different things like that, Bible studies that I'm in, what has been just kind of knocking so hard at the door isn't like a new idea, but it's a different depth and a level. And it is God saying, girl, you have got to get in the Word. You have got to get in the Word. And I keep putting my hands here because I'm also thinking, girl, you have got to get a manicure. But that's okay. So I got a mug. I can hide them back here. But anyway, no. But girl, get in the Word. And it is so true. And there's so much more like depth and detail to that statement that and that thought that is for another video. But I just wanted to kind of to be sort of an intro and understanding of like where this video even came from. So the birth of this video was the kind of the combination of those two ideas and thoughts. Is just that like you know, I've got nothing fancy. I don't have seminary degrees. I don't have a doctorate in anything special. I don't have, I have no special expertise in different areas. And that really was kind of like a roadblock for anything like this for a while, because in my mind I was like, well, what in the world? I mean, I don't have anything special to give. I don't have special knowledge. I don't have this like grand knowledge that you can't go out and pick up a book at the bookstore and, that's going to be way better than what I'm going to say, or, these amazing mentors that we have and that we can watch their DVD series or anything like that, but then I started thinking and I was like, but sometimes it's just about like being real and like real life and not that that's not real, but you know what I'm saying? Like sort of somebody that's right in that same spot as me, not just an I've been there, I've done that, but just like I'm right here just trying to figure it out. Like, just figuring it out, depth, wanting to get deeper and wanting to walk with people in that and just kind of like, hey, come join me, like I love company. I love being around people. And, when I've thought about this in the past, just kind of an idea of like, social media and leveraging it for, whatever influence we might have, the idea of like a blog has popped up in my mind, and then it immediately flees because I don't get excited about writing. I don't. And like, I just don't like the idea of like, waking up early or going to bed late because I want to write. Like, it just is not like, but I love to talk and I love conversation and I love making little videos for different random things that I've made a video for. And, so that I was like, that I can get excited about. And I feel like that's something that somebody can like come along with and, we can be in conversation and enjoy part of our day together. And, so I want it to be just that. I don't want to set like real boundaries around what it has to look like at the moment. What I really want, just this very first question that I have for you guys is what is it? What is it that's on your mind? What have you been wondering? What questions have popped up for you? Maybe in your God times that you've had, or maybe there's been a Sunday message or something like that has raised a question. Not any kind of question. It doesn't have to be anything in particular. And I mean, just anything, big, small, something that you feel like is really like monumental, or something that maybe doesn't even really matter that much, but you're just wondering, it's just about knowing it deeper. When we really know somebody, we know the big things about them and we know the little things about them. And then this incredible study that I'm doing right now, I just absolutely have loved it. And it has really spurred on so much of where these thoughts and stuff are coming from. But one of the things that she mentioned was how the more we get to know God and the deeper we know Him, the more we begin to understand, and we can understand what our role is and our place in it all. And that just really hit me hard, because I was like, you know what? Again, girl, get in the Word. Like, I mean, our busyness is going to get the best of us. And all of a sudden we're going to get down the road and we're going to be like, yeah, like I was on the God train. But I think that we want more than that. So what I really want this to be, I don't want a bunch of fluff. Like I said, it's not going to be fancy. I don't bring a lot of knowledge and expertise to the table. But what I do want to bring is truth. I don't think that this is, this won't be about what my opinion or what I think is like, because I don't think it should be about that. I think that the whole point in it all is not what Brett thinks and what, I don't know, because who cares? cares? I mean, who cares? Really. But what does God say about that? What does God think about that? And a pastor that was speaking, he said just that. He said that very thing, and that just really stood out to me when he said that. He was like, because he has gained a very a place of a lot of influence, and he speaks to a lot of people, and so a lot of people come to him and say, Pastor, what do you think about this? And I loved his answer, and he was just like, it doesn't, my opinion shouldn't matter, because his opinion, he wants his to be in line with God. So that's what I want us to really shoot for and to aim for, is not a place where, this really is kind of a, I felt a little selfish because I was like, I feel like this is sort of a selfish thing to do, but I feel like this is about holding me accountable. So it's about my accountability. But I'm like, but if I feel like I need accountability, surely somebody on the other side of this watching does too. And then that's what it's about, guys. Just like us growing deeper together and just really seeking out, pursuing God and his excellence and the true truth. And just, and then that's it. And so anyway, I would love to see what comments you have, just as far as again, questions that you have, things that you're wondering about, what life is going on right now, that it's just like, man, I would love to dive deeper into this. I just think that it's about knowing God's word more and knowing him more. When we know his word more, we can understand him better. When we understand him better, we can understand what is going on in our world. And, in our school, we teach the boys that, and we try to drive it home day after day. We are culture changers and kingdom builders. And I started thinking of that about myself too. I'm like, okay, this is what I'm training them up to be. Planting that seed over and over. Culture changers, kingdom builders. But how am I doing that? So that's exactly what this is about, is us being culture changers and kingdom builders. But you know what? Nothing changes until we change, until something changes. And so let me know if you think that this is a community that you could get excited about, and that we could do a little bit more diving deeper and getting into the word together. Bye. Have a great day.